they've got this, you know, the wall of death, as they call it in metal, I think it is. Everyone basically runs into each other and hits each other, but Danananackroyd, they put a twist on it.
They separated the pit and they did like the whole hug thing, and I was like, man, that's cool, you know, because even though they're playing hardcore music, they're all about love and having a good time.
Ready? It goes up. One. It goes up. Two. It goes up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I've seen them 4 times before, and each time they made me take my top off.
Perfect!
Glasgow had become, in this sort of post-Franz Ferdinand sort of wasteland, far too many bands taking themselves far too seriously. I mean, I like Franz Ferdinand, they're a good band, but we started sort of as a means to sort of rally against that and try to have as much fun as possible. Not get bogged down in trying to look cool, because we were never going to look cool.
When we called ourselves Danananackroyd, we didn't think we would be doing it 5 years later, you know. It was a stupid joke to start with. There are maybe days when you have slightly regrets about the band name, but I still like it. I think it's ridiculous, and I think playing at festivals, if there's no one else on that people have heard of, they'll see our name and just think, well, it's going to be extreme one way or the other.
Everyone used to rave about them, and I was like, really? Are they going to be as good as everyone says? And I saw them and completely got blown away.
I shed a tear, and I looked at Ree and I was like, I am actually crying.
I think they're one of the best gigs we've ever had at the Flapper.
They were amazing showmen.
I think people walk out thinking, that's a gig to remember.
Yeah.
I know we will.
We supported the Kaiser Chiefs for a whole month, like all over Europe basically. So we had like from Spain and Portugal, who were really warm and incredible, amazing, and then you'd get to places that I don't want to name, and they would just be like...
You really do feed off the crowd, and yeah, when you've got people who look like they genuinely want to be at the exact opposite end of the world, it's really disheartening.
I've just seen Danananackroyd, and it was pretty good, but I fell over and someone stepped on my balls.
Everybody was like making friends with Danananackroyd, jumping and being nice to one another.
Yeah, they did. They stopped it getting nasty as well, which was,
it specifically said
it makes it really enjoyable.
I was trying to crowd surf, and then they mentioned that they kind of wanted us to stop being dickheads, and so I toned it down a little bit. You know, respectful, you know, to the group, you know, whatever they say.
If people like sort of run around hurting each other, then obviously we'll stop playing.
Which is every night.
Yeah.
I've seen girls like get their heads smashed off of monitors and stuff.
Yeah.
Just guys who don't care that there are women around and stuff. So we like to have a little shout at some folk.
I think touring is harder now, but also kind of easier because we have slightly better accommodations and stuff. When we first started, we were sleeping on floors and being covered in bug bites, and we were in a van that kept breaking down. So that's easier, but the more we tour, the more shows we play, so the kind of harder our tours become.
Playing in small venues, you miss that absolute mad energy, but you just take it wherever you go. But those early gigs were really wild. But as for sleeping on floors and existing on like £2 a day, no way. Don't miss it one bit.
I think I may have stroked one of them at one point.
How was that?
I enjoyed it, and I will never wash my hand again.
parents would never be seen dead at one of my shows. I know that they don't like it, but you know, they buy my records and they show their support.
My dad was really happy that we started singing more. He's like, oh, you're screaming too much. And I was like, I know, but it's the kids' music, Dad. You can get with it. Yeah, he was quite happy when we started being a bit more melodic.
My mum kind of goes crazier than I do.
That's true.
She dances on tables and stuff.
My mum's just happy that I'm out of the house.